Hi everyone. I just thought I'd point something out with these storms that are occurring. We've got what's going on in the UK, it's hitting the north of England and Scotland, and we've got the blizzards that are happening in the US and extreme weather and the tornadoes, and it's all, of course, we know they can manipulate the weather. But what I found interesting, guys, is I watched this movie The Day After Tomorrow a couple of days ago. It was on TV. And the sheer amount of predictive programming that's for what's to come is insane. But as soon as after I watched this movie on the TV, the first thing that popped up on the news was severe weather warnings for the UK, to batter the UK and the east coast of the US. That was the top of the news story straight after I watched this movie. So it goes to show how they can put things in plain sight just before it happens. Maybe they'll put a film or a TV show out on TV just before it happens. It's part of their getting your approval, your fake approval. So by you not saying anything, you're giving them the approval to do whatever they want to you in their demented minds of how they see us and the world. Because the way how we see ants, like an ant's life doesn't matter, let's face it, an ant's life doesn't matter, it's tiny, it has no matter to us if it's dead or alive. They see us like that. That's how they see us. They don't have emotions for us. They have emotions for their own people or own whatever they are, but they don't have emotions for us. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out quickly. So they seem to be banging the drums for war, aren't they now? They're talking about all this Russia and Ukraine invasion. It's something's building up there. I don't know if it's all a distraction, something else bigger is just going to hit us all of a sudden. We don't know, but it kind of reminds me of the start of this 2-year scam that's been going on, right, with the lockdowns and everything. It reminds me of that, when it started off small and they were building it up gradually, and then suddenly, wham, it was at us. I see the same kind of build up with this now. Now I'm not saying it's going to be a third world war. Could be a new Cold War. Could be just a new war with Ukraine. Could be a European war. It could be a NATO-Russia war. We'll just have to wait and see, guys. But they are building it up slowly, like they built the CV narrative. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes. But don't be too distracted by it, because there could be other things happening as well. And it makes me wonder why they've exposed so much. They've given so much exposure to, for example, like Alexander Boris de Pfeffel Johnson, Justin Trudeau, and the truck convoy, which I believe is fabricated, by the way. Sorry to be negative, but I really do. I think by stopping trucks from, if by trucks not delivering all the goods and everything, it's causing shortages into it. So I think it's another psyop again. As much as I'd love to think it wasn't, I generally do think it is. But yeah, we've just got to watch out, guys. But it is interesting, because from some of this, people are actually waking up and realising what's going on. Like, I've got 2 friends now. This is amazing. 2 of my friends who thought this was all, were buying the whole thing, literally eating all the cake that that the mainstream media were providing for them, and now starting to see that it's not what they were told, that the mainstream media have been lying to them, the government's been lying to them. And although they still believe it's real, which I suppose is a massive kick in the face, they believe they've been played, and it was about control. And my mate even said that to me, and it was quite reassuring that he said that, because they were completely asleep. The other one, again, he believes that they've been lied to, and it's been over proportionate. It's been fear-mongered, which it has, but it's all a scam. That's what I'm trying to tell him. But trying to tell people like that, it's like talking to a brick wall sometimes, Some people just don't get through easily. Some people do. Some people know because they want to know what this world is. Some people know because they're in a cult. and they've been indoctrinated as well through the cult to believe that what they're doing is right, even though it's not. Alright guys, cheers. But yeah, before I go, yeah, so something else is coming. They're building up for another event. It could be a false flag attack somewhere. It could be a cyber attack. It could be a war. It could be a civil war. It could go any direction, right? But they are building up for something. There's a reason why they're exposing all this now, because they're going to put something else in place. I think they have loads of plans up the sleeve and different paths to take. So we've just got to be careful, guys. But yeah, like I said, stay true to yourself and don't believe anything the mainstream media says, because if they're coming out with stuff like, truck convoy and all this protests, investigation to Johnson, and earlier I saw on RT News were reporting that there's an investigation with I'll just show you actually. This is interesting, guys. Look at this. So RT posted this. Media floats Russian theory for Canadian trucker protest, right? So that was one of them. So we're exposing that, but that wasn't the main one. Just give me a sec, guys. This was the one. This was the one. So RT posted this. Secret Gov unit used unethical fear tactics to push the CV rules compliance media. The UK government's behavioural insights team will reportedly be investigating. So a behavioural insight team apparently will be reportedly investigated over use of fear, shame and scapegoating to influence the public. So remember this disgusting advertisement, right? So the RT posts this. This is a mainstream media, by the way. You know, it's totally in bed with all the other fucking mainstream media's pushing agendas, but it's just interesting how they come up with this. A parliamentary committee is reportedly set to investigate scare ads created by the UK government's shadowy behaviour. It's interesting how RT's rushing into it, and you know, we see all this stuff going on now. It's like it's playing two different sides, in it, Russia versus the West, and this is covering like how the West is bad. So it's saying the shadowy government behavioural insights team to nudge the public into obeying the restrictions. It's just really interesting, guys. I'll put the link in the description and you can watch it yourself. Yeah. Alright, guys. I'll leave it there. Cheers.